What up, those schemes in the building, holding it down, 92q.com. Got my man with me real quick. It's on the ring, man.
Oh yeah.
It's on the ring.
We got the Cape vibe.
Get the goddamn ring.
We got the castle, the igloo.
I was telling you, like, that's the new trend for rappers right now. Like, I interviewed Famous Dex 2 weeks ago. He had that. Just interviewed Casanova.
Yeah.
Casanova, I think he had the white gold one, though.
Yeah, I think so.
But that's the thing, man. But, yeah, man, Kent Jones in the building. I want to start off from the beginning, man, because I feel like your story is one of a kind, man. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you went from being in a household with a mother who had a master's,
Yeah.
to then few things happen. You're in a homeless shelter,
Yeah.
to working your way out of that homeless shelter to getting a scholarship,
Yeah. Yeah.
to getting a scholarship, losing the scholarship, to still grinding, meeting Fat Joe getting signed, him having an issue, and you're jammed up again.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that struggle, man?
I mean, you kind of said it without saying it. Like, you gave a sequence of events that happened back to back, right?
Which a lot of people would have stopped after the first one.
right?
They would have.
But see, the first one wasn't my first one in life.
What was the first one in life?
First one in life, I don't even remember. But what I do know is, I've had to overcome many obstacles, you know, like all my life.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that I was around to talk about those,
Mm-hmm.
to experience that, and to know that my heart and my heart and soul was somewhere else, greater than that. It allowed me to push through that.
Which one was the hardest one to overcome, man?
Hardest one to overcome, man. I was supposed to have twin girls, and I lost them.
What was this?
This was like last year.
That's gotta be
Or
hard to
two.
deal
No,
with.
this was like 2 years ago.
What happened? Miscarriage.
Yeah.
Ooh, you still in contact with the mother?
Oh yeah. We had a child after that.
Word.
I had a son. Yeah, my son's almost 2.
Okay.
But it was before we had him.
Okay, so that was.
Yeah, man, it was tough.
So you got a lot of ups and downs, man. Like a lot, but just to see you, still push, still go through with it, man. I feel like that should be encouragement to not even like upcoming artists, just people in general, man. Because like I'm saying, for real, man, to be in a household where I know your family had to be hard on college, and you see somebody,
yeah.
See
Traditional thinking,
Yeah, you see somebody with a master's just like, yo, a lot of people would have gave up right then, and just walking proof, right here, walking proof, man.
And you gonna continue to go through obstacles even after I was successful. There's even more obstacles, and some of them were, the devils were twice as strong, 3 times.
After
as strong.
success,
Yeah.
what are some of the after success
Well,
obstacles?
main thing, like, all right, for instance, I give you something personal, right?
Mhm.
I don't mind talking about it anymore. Just last year,
Mhm.
the last year I was on the road, and I lost 2 brothers, the same one, and I didn't know about it until they were buried already.
Close cousins.
Yeah, nobody told me.
They tell you
No.
close with your family,
Yeah, like, nobody told me. My family, like, nobody told me until after.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that was real tough, and when you go through things like that, it's a reflection of like damn, as a family, like, how y'all like have a whole funeral, like, how y'all, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm guessing like after something like that happens, you wouldn't be that close. I know me, like that would make me a little distant with my relatives. Like, yo, like what you didn't tell me, like maybe were you trying to save me because I was on the road doing my thing, you didn't want to tarnish that?
But even then it's like and one of them in particular, I had stopped hearing from.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering why I stopped hearing from him. And it wasn't until after I got off the road. And this is the crazy part. I had to find this out on my own. No one told me. When I got off of the road and I was in the Bahamas, I'll never forget it. And I was going through my messenger on Facebook because that's usually how I can keep up with people.
Everybody close.
Right. So I ran into a cousin of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, you know, and he's more like my brother. Like, we like this.
A close
together.
cousin.
Yeah, like we grew up together. And so he's like, yeah, man, I'm proud of you. I was like, yeah, it's been a minute. He's like, yeah, man, can you believe what happened to Brittany? Like, that's crazy. I'm like, what do you mean, what happened to Brittany? So he's like, yeah, she passed. I'm like, huh? So I go on her page, and then it's all this rest in peace, all this stuff. Page. And then I that, you know, that was a breaking point for me. That you know, that broke me. I couldn't. And I called my mom, and you know, I told her how I felt. I didn't appreciate that. You know, I didn't. And to know, like, and this is the thing. My cousin told me, he was like, your mom sang at the funeral. I'm like, how?
Your mom's what now at the funeral?
She sang at the funeral. So I'm like, how? Like, how? You know, and so that was real tough for me. That was real tough.
What was your mom's reason for not?
You know, she wanted to
telling
protect me, and you know, which I understood that part of it, but it took a while for me to really, like, you know, it took a while because even the reason, like, oh, you know, you were busy, like. So what, you told people that I was too busy? That I had no idea. I didn't even have a choice to be like, okay, can I make it?
Yeah.
Or for her, I would have made it. I'm like, no, I gotta go. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
What was Brittany to you?
She was very, like, when I tell you, like, my mom, these people I grew up with, these are like, since from child. We used to go to her grandma's house. And me and her little sister and the cousin I told you about.
The other cousin.
Yeah, and his baby brother, we would all be playing over there. She was the oldest. She was the first to have a child. She had a little boy. Like, you know, so it was tough, bro.
A tough situation, man.
Tough, yeah. And then what's crazy is, even up to recent, like last year, we picked back up on communication and we were talking and all that. Yeah.
A whole lot, man. So a lot of ups and downs. Even with the success, you know, a lot of people look from the outside looking in.
And then I didn't even mention, on top of that, when you're successful, especially to a level where the world is watching you and can see you, you have expectations on you that you didn't have before. I tell people, enjoy and embrace the moments when you come up, because when you're coming up, because there's no expectation.
You don't expect much.
You know what I'm saying?
You expect the most.
And I had it the hardest. I was the kid that came out with the biggest record in the world, and then it was like, can you come with another one? Are you a one-hit wonder? One-hit wonder this, one-hit wonder that?
The record was huge, man.
Yeah, like, but you know, still, like, even still. So that's my point. I mean, now, you know, we got this new joint. I haven't been hearing that anymore. You know, people are learning that. Even Don't Mind was like my 300th record.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it was the one that flew off my first mixtape and whatnot.
And you didn't even know that was the one.
Nah. But I knew it needed to be on the project. I didn't know it was going to do all that. I didn't know what all that was. I just put on music. I didn't know what number one was or what iTunes. I wasn't into all that. Billboard.
Don't Mind wasn't really like your normal sound.
No.
Wasn't, you know what I mean?
No. It was actually, what's crazy is that whole sound I created just for that project. Don't Mind is one of maybe 5 songs that sound like that on that project. And the other ones, and I'm not gonna lie, the other ones is
Let me hear
and this project came out when Don't Mind came out, so that was like 2 years ago.
They're on that project?
Yeah, they're all, I'm talking about, like, the sound is like that, and it's different. They're different bangers.
Yeah.
Still, 2 years later, I'm like, yo, nah, I'm gonna shoot some videos for some of this.
Yeah, because they might be expecting like that same.
Yeah.
The dream came out, Shorty as a 10,
Yeah.
then he, the same, you know what I mean, same salt and pepper on it.
Right.
To a degree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have other records like that I haven't put out that I made. I have another record like that that's a little slower. It has, it's me, Yo Gotti, Ty Dolla $ign, K Camp.
Yeah.
You remember that song, right? That has that sound, but it's slower. So I have other records like that. But what I like is with the new single that I have, it's a hit, but it's a different hit. It's the same as far as reaching across culture, but in terms of sonically, it's up tempo and it's a different type of hit. You know what I'm saying? In its own right. So that's what I appreciate, because see, a lot of artists, and this is like this very important. A lot of artists, they choose to chase a sound. I tell people, like, I'm not. Oh, you need to make another Don't Mind. You need to make another Bond. I don't believe in chasing a sound.
Just do what's in you.
You have to do what's in you. Like, chasing a sound. Okay, the Don't Mind sound, I created it just for that project, and just so happened like that happened. You know what I mean? So with this,
magic happened.
So with this new single,
magic happened, man.
You know, I'm showing the same thing. Even with the songs that I put out, I don't mind, like Sit Down, and All Right, like they're all their own record. Which, you know, for those records, you know, it was what it was. We put it out. You know, it got some attention. Maybe not all of the attention it should have gotten, but it got enough attention. You know, the video was nice. And for this new single, I'm just very excited because it kind of shows all of that.
Ringe.
Yes.
Dope. Don't Mind. Dope. But I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like on Don't Mind, from what I know about you, I feel like you just dumbed it down. That was almost like a freestyle to you.
It was a freestyle.
You come from a jazz background.
Yeah.
I come from a jazz background. So when I heard that, I'm like, you think with a different side of your brain musically. So Don't Mind, it was easy. Like, talk about that, because that's what led you into getting that scholarship, right?
Yeah, because that's crazy you say that, because my partner Illa says it all the time. He's like, yo, when I first heard you make that sound back then, like I was like, he was like, dumb down, like it's like I wasn't used to hearing it. But then when I heard you make a few songs like that, I was like, oh, I see what he was doing. He's like, I just gotta respect that. I don't know what's going on. I see what he's doing, and then that happened with that. So it was just like, you know. But of course, I mean, it required. But at the same time, Don't Mind required. I think it flexed a different muscle for me. Musically, it's musical. It is musical.
It's
music
right
on
in the pocket.
It has the bounce for the club and for. But there's a Rhodes playing chords in there in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's a little sign synth in the back. You know what I mean? And then
there's some stuff going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and then hence musical reference, the library to bring forth nostalgic sound to life. Ex Barry White, rest in peace. But he's on the chart for the first time in 20 years because of Don't Mind. You know what I'm saying?
How was it like getting stuff like that clear? Like even with Merengue?
You know, they don't. Barry White. None of these people like to clear. Like Barry White doesn't like to clear the record. His estate to clear the record. Earth, Wind, and Fire for my song, All Right. Earth, Wind, and Fire absolutely does not like people clearing, messing with their music. They cleared that song. And I love, shout out Earth, Wind, and Fire. They showed so much love to me a few
Have
years
you heard
back.
Taylor Swift September?
Oh, you know, I heard they tried to.
They should like sue her, man. But we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. Tell me a little bit about the jazz, man. Like I grew up. My dad played trumpet, so I grew up Miles Davis, John Coltrane, McCoy Tyner. What was that whole Wynton Marsalis?
Wynton Marsalis. Who was the brothers? Wynton Marsalis? Wynton Marsalis. He gave me the award. That's Wynton Marsalis.
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
What were you doing though?
I was doing.
You were in New York.
I was doing a competition.
Okay.
12th grade. With big band.
Okay.
And it was national. It was like 15 bands. It was like cross country. And I won. And what's crazy is the year I joined, that was the first year they won, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And this taught me a lesson, a life lesson. This one moment, but before we got on stage, my our director
Mm-hmm.
was like, hey, our instructor was like, hey, you gotta, he told me, he said, you add an 8-bar solo in the beginning. This is what I just feel. I know we didn't rehearse it that way ever.
You on the drums?
No, it's on the piano. All the saxes and all of that, sax players was like, what?
Mad.
And he was like, shut up. He was like, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because they got second place the first year. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was a different, with a different pianist. This guy named Kyle, I'll never forget him, he was nice too. White boy, he could play.
Yeah.
And we did it. I did the 8-bar solo, smashed it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did. We won when Marcellus gave me the award.
That's a big deal,
Well,
man.
I was gonna say shout out to Jeff, John, and Jeff Clayton, John Clayton, and Gerald Clayton, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Clayton brothers.
Clayton brothers.
Yeah.
Big up, man. So, speaking of jazz,
Robert Glasper too. Sorry.
yeah. Explain to me how important, seeing Kendrick Lamar win that Pulitzer Award is, because it was nothing but jazz artists, basically, 90% jazz artists before.
Well deserved. I feel like he has he's displayed his hand in musicianship and sophisticated creativity, and this a go for me. I feel like he deserves it.
Mm-hmm. He deserves it. What's your relationship like with the man on your right on the wall? What's your relationship with him?
Khaled.
Yeah.
I love Khaled, man. That's my brother.
So how did you get in contact and meet up with Khaled? How that relationship started?
Through Cool and Dre. Like, I was with Cool and Dre for like 4 or 5 years. I think the 4th year was when they introduced me to Khaled, and then the year after that was when I put out the mixtape.
And that first initial mixtape, that's the one that had Don't Lie? Was Khaled one of the people that, this one, or matter of fact, he didn't want it on it.
Nah, it wasn't that he didn't want it on it. I put out the mixtape before. While Khaled was doing what he was doing, that's something I did. I put it out. Like, I was like, I want to put something out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a concentrated thing, but we got the rollout from the team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Dre of Cool and Dre was like, you need to put a mixtape out. I'm a musician. I told you, like I was producing for a lot of people. So put the tape out for the streets, quote unquote, to give them something. And it didn't make the track listing. It was a mixing issue. It was something with the mix. I was like, can we fix it? You know what I'm saying? Because I did do a listening session. I did a few listening sessions before I dropped the project.
I never liking that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. It was that one and another song that didn't make. The other song was a big record too. But this Don't Mind, they fixed it. They added it on there. And
voila.
we started locally on radio. Started going, and then once we started getting big locally on radio, Khaled heard it on the radio. He Snapchatted it, and then so not only the local support that we gave in the beginning, and Khaled's fans.
He's got that cult type following.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man.
Khaled's awesome, man. He's a special club.
You're both Florida boys.
Yep.
You're from Tallahassee.
Yep.
What are some other artists from Tallahassee, man?
Payne from Tallahassee. Shout out Payne.
Okay.
I love Payne, man. That's my guy.
I'm surprised they didn't try to give you like early comparisons. You know what I mean? Knowing that he's like R&B, you're nothing alike.
I mean, but what I tell you is, I feel like me and Payne are so much alike because and I shout out to Payne. I always looked up to Payne because Payne was a producer and a hit maker. Not just an artist, he was a hit maker. He made his hooks. Whatever, I don't care. All these people that's doing all the hooks, with the auto-tune and all that, salute, because Don't Mind had auto-tune. I ain't knocking you, bro. But let's remember, who was the hit maker with the auto-tune? Who was the first one before there was a Future, before there was any of these other, which Future is a supreme hit maker, by the way.
Not taking nothing away from him. It started with Payne.
Payne was the hit maker.
Straight up.
Produced records, and like he still is a genius.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to work with him. He sends me.
You're working with him.
Yeah, he sends me some videos every now and then, like some stuff he works on. It's crazy. Like, so we just have to catch each other. It's been weird. Like he'll be here and then I'll go and then right before I'm supposed to go there, he have to go here. So we have to catch. We have to really catch each other.
Y'all sit down and work, man.
Yeah.
Y'all both from Tallahassee.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, I heard T-Pain say Tallahassee's a weird town. Like,
it is.
Explain that. He said they like really don't support their own.
Nah.
And I'm from Cincinnati.
For him, and you know, for him, especially for him, because see, for me, I'm from there, and that's my home city. My dad's side of the family lives there. The entire side of the family still.
Okay.
Right? My grandparents all the time. But I didn't grow up there. I left there when I was in like 2nd grade. Then I went to Memphis, Tennessee, which is why I read Memphis so hard too. Because my mom's side of the family is in Memphis. The whole my grandparents in Memphis, everything. Right. Lived there when I was a kid, and then I moved to South Florida. My mom was in South Florida working.
So you were bouncing.
Because my family in South Florida is my mom's side of the family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like. So Tallahassee for him, he told me, he said, man, he got his family out of there. He got out. So I'm like, of course. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't grow up in Tallahassee. So for some reason, Tallahassee really embraces me. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Bro,
I don't have, and you know what it is? I don't have old friends. Like, I don't have old friends in Tallahassee that felt like I left them, or I don't have people in Tallahassee to say you switched up, or I don't have this, I didn't grow up with this person, I didn't do this, you know.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah.
It's crazy how cities love the outsider more. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah.
You get a certain amount of love in Cincinnati, but let you come or let an outsider come, they're going to show them way more love.
And then at the same token, you know, not only my grandparents have a lot of rank in Tallahassee, who they've been within the community, but I myself, like I said, I didn't grow up there. Now, funny enough, the place where I grew up was the hardest place for me to really dwell. You understand? As an artist, in the beginning. Now it's
which was
South Florida. It was the hardest.
Where's Pitbull from?
He's from South Florida.
South Florida.
Yeah. When I say South Florida, not just in Miami. There's Broward County. There's Palm Beach. It was the hardest. It was the hardest. You know why? Because I grew up there. I went to high school there. I knew people. There's people that knew me that thought that I knew them, or they thought they knew me, or they want to pretend like they know me. It's people that know people that I know that feel some type of. It's just, you know. So that's what it is. So the experience that Payne had in Tallahassee, it's relatable. But now imagine, Payne got love in South Florida. You see what I'm saying? Payne could get a crib in Miami. And be living life. You understand? Which I could too. You know, I told you right now, it's love. It's be good. You know, but Tallahassee, it's like hometown hero. So you know, I love Tallahassee, and I want to do more for Tallahassee too. I'm gonna do more for Tallahassee. I'm gonna give them what they want.
Straight up, man.
You know, and you know, through that, you know, they're gonna understand. You know, he's from Tallahassee, I'm from Tallahassee.
Y'all gotta do like a joint mixtape.
We must.
5 records.
Yes.
Quick, boom, boom, boom. Put it out. Just make it a Tallahassee thing. Localize it, and just put on for the city, man. That'll be dope, man. That'll be dope, man. Kent Jones in the building. Before we get done, so Taylor Swift, September. You're a huge Earth, Wind and Fire.
I am.
So you could like remix something from them.
I did it.
Yeah. Let's do it. Can we do September?
I did that.
Can we do it now?
Okay, how you want to do it?
Let's do it on this.
I got it.
Is this too much? Is y'all with that? It works too.
Oh, wow.
Let's turn it on, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it works, bro. I'll play it every day. Oh, we just broke it, but it's all good. Kent Jones, Taylor. Sorry, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Okay, with a little octave button. I know you got a little octave button.
I don't think I got the octave.
What?
Yeah, we're like on a 44 key right now, man. It's looking real bad. My finger slips down there too, and I get pissed off because I don't have a bass line.
Do you remember the very first time in September? Your love was so sweet and tender.
Hey,
I never wanna go away. Yeah.
Tell 'em.
Hey, yeah, baby. Only for you I stay. You're the all I want all day. All I wanna do is lay next to you, girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. All I wanna do is lay next to you.
hey. Yeah. On a 44, you see how small the keys are? He's got to be high. I love it, man. Kid Jones, man. In the building, man. It's the Q, baby.
Wow.